So today we're going to solve a couple problems with a couple very unique products. First off, USB power. This car actually has a ton of power in it. You just need to know how to utilize it correctly. So one of my biggest gripes is actually on the back of the center console. There is a 120 volt plug standard that you could find in a typical household. And then there's two USB-Cs, but they're really kind of hard to get to. So the first product is going to help us get to that. And actually all these I purchased off Amazon. So if you want them, link down below, and a lot of them have prime shipping and everything. So this is actually going to be a rear USB hub that will bring those USB-C plugs to the front of that center console. Just so you can see kind of the instructions, that's what it looks like. And then it plugs into the two USBs that are available. It does have some adhesive, so it comes with adhesive promoters, and then you just like snap it in like that, and then plug it in like that. So this is the actual product, and it does have a little piece of protector on it, so we're just gonna leave that. But it like snaps on, and then you have these that snap in to the two USB-Cs and basically reroute them to the front of the rear center console. And so you get two USB-Cs, two USB-As, and you even have a light button right here that shines on the floor. Great idea. But basically this is going to snap on like right here, I believe. Oh yeah, just like that. That doesn't really stick out hardly much at all. And then these will just plug in right down here. So we'll just make sure all this is clean down here, and it is. You can see our two USB-Cs. We have one here, then we have one here. And when you're up sitting on the seat, it's hard to like find any of them. It's even kind of tough to find this. Now this, I actually took a power strip and put that under all the floor mats under the seats, and I kind of liked how that worked out. I don't know, maybe we'll do it on this one too, but we're gonna go ahead and peel these. You can use the adhesion promoter if you want. I feel confident since this truck is not dirty at all. So what we're gonna do though is when we put this on, we're gonna kind of pull it down just a little bit so this tape doesn't adhere until we're ready for that. So I'm gonna kind of snap this in, keeping it at that like angle, get it centered. Then we're gonna roll it down and push it on here. Oh yeah, that's already like pretty foolproof. Now the one thing I did notice, these wires, there's a little bit more than I would have liked. We'll come up with a way to kind of secure those. Oh, kind of like that, I guess. There we go. Okay, that's good. So you can already see that light right here. There's like 2, 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3. Then we have our USB-Cs. We have our USB-As. I have a feeling David's really gonna like that. We'll peel it. I wish this was matte, not gloss, but I think it's fine. So we're just gonna put it in a USB-C, put it in this, and it's fast charging. Love that. When it actually lights up when it's pulling power from one of these. Try a USB-A, but it's like, who uses A anymore? And it is just charging. So USB-C is fast charging, USB-A is just regular charging. Okay, David's gonna check it out.
Wow. Oh, and I haven't even seen the storage container yet.
You haven't?
Wow, check that out. Now you can actually see the ports. It's like before it was like impossible to find those down there.
Yeah, so now it's all in there. You have regular charging and fast charging.
Oh, okay.
So USB-C is your fast, and then you have your light with 3 different levels. Mm-hmm. So 1, 2, and then off. So that's kind of nice, huh?
It should be like that from... Why isn't it like that over here?
I know. I don't like how they were hidden either. Yeah. I think that looks... Doesn't it look like really well incorporated too?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it...
It does stick down just a little bit.
Yeah, but just like an inch. But I mean, it's impossible to find those other ones. We're always poking around trying to find them, and it's just like, this is much better. And
then look, for road trips, trash. Wow. So no longer will people be shoving crap all over. So the next product, we're gonna stick with that power and USB theme, and we're still gonna stick with the center console. This is gonna be in the main part of the center console between the driver and the passenger. And this is the armrest storage box with USB hub. So in this center console, you have another 120 volt outlet, as well as a singular USB-C, but they're kind of buried down in there. And honestly, a lot of stuff gets trapped in here. You do get this organizer if you buy a foundation series, or I think you can purchase it separately, but we're not gonna use it. trash. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to trash it. We'll keep it or donate it to somebody who didn't get a foundation. But this product is actually a replacement of that, and it's going to bring USB A's and C's up to the top for easy access. So looking at this, it also does come with a little installation instruction. Seems pretty straightforward. You basically take this, you put it in, you can open it, and you plug that USB-C in, and then you use it. Pretty easy. This is the box right here, and then it opens like so. So, I mean, I guess you do have to be careful on what you're putting on here, because when you are opening it, you could just like dump everything out. But then right here is where all of your extra USB-C outlets are, and there's another light on there. So that actually looks pretty awesome. There's even magnets. I don't know if you can see those two little magnets right there, and that's what will hold this closed. That's the magnets. Just make sure you undo the tape so that this will kind of dangle down in there so we can plug that in. And then, let's see. It's a little bit of a tight fit, but that's good. So that way when you open this, ooh, it doesn't pull up the whole thing. Then we'll kind of come in here and plug this in to that USB-C, which is again tough. Okay, perfect. We have the light. Then we have this with a nice magnetic clasp, and it's like not gonna be pulled out by this. The only thing I can see is if you do have something, say I have my ID badge or some mints or some glasses right here, when you pull this up to get into here, I kind of just dumped everything. So the only thing is like maybe just do this, grab it. But honestly, like how often do you need everything that's down in there? Probably not super often, at least for me. So I think I can live with that, no problem. So the last two items are gonna be more about storage and keeping your vehicle clean. Now, this one is an underscreen storage box, which I've seen several of these and I just like still don't know how I feel about it. So we're gonna try this one out, but it actually attaches around the screen and gives you like a compartment under the screen to put things like glasses or whatever. I don't really know if I need this since I have some of the other options, but let's give it a shot, see how we like it. This one, the nice thing I've found is you don't need like a screwdriver. Some of them you actually have to like screw in some pieces to this, whereas this one actually just has some hinges and a little locking mechanism, so it's easy to put on and off without like a screwdriver. So installation instructions, you have that. You are going to kind of open these top parts, push it up, do the little clip right here, and then you're just gonna snap it down and you're basically done. Seems super easy. First impressions, it looks bigger than I expected. It is nice too because it does have foam all around the contact point, so it shouldn't rattle, which is a nice little touch. But you'll basically open this, put it on the screen, wrap it around where it connects, do this little latch, and close it, and it will hold on to that screen, and then you have all this space under here. And it really, I don't think is gonna stick out too much more than the screen. If you need to remove this silicone mat to rinse it or whatever, you easily can. You can just push it right through there. Yeah, that's kind of how that looks. It does have little foam pads all over the place. The little silicone stoppers over here too. So that way it's not gonna rattle. So we'll go ahead and unclip this. Again, I think it's gonna be a little easier in the passenger seat. And then we just kind of fold this over, clip it together. Wow, that was ridiculously easy. And it's like perfectly aligned. Now, we don't have the matte screen protector on here yet. We're still waiting on receiving that from Abstract Ocean, but we'll be installing that soon. But like, I kind of like this too. Like, throw that there. If you want, you could throw your sunglasses there. They would certainly fit. It doesn't impede using any of the other accessories we have here. This is a great option. I actually like this a lot more seeing it in place than I thought when I purchased it. And the last item is the biggest. So we talked recently when we did like some of the other accessories that people like to put a lot of stuff in my door pockets and they can get very dirty. These are door pocket protectors. Now, again, it's kind of up to you if you feel like you need them or not. I think for me, they'll help make sure that everything stays nice and tidy. And I think the best thing for me about these is if something does get in there that's dirty, I can easily just pull this out and clean it. I think that's like one of the best things. But you get one for each door pocket, both driver side and passenger, front and rear. And this is kind of what they look like. They're nice, like flexible material, but still sturdy enough that I don't think there'll be any issues. Let's see, this is actually the passenger side. No, this is actually the driver's side. Ooh, nice. Okay, but let's go ahead and install these and see how we like them. Here you have the OEM versus kind of like what it's gonna look like with this. And yes, I do still have to use a clicker because I haven't signed up for the MyQ because I'm cheap and I'm kind of upset that the Cybertruck doesn't include a garage door opener, and that is me. So these are super easy to put in, just like that. It is very well laid out. Honestly, if this was in here when I picked up the truck, I would never have been able to tell that wasn't OEM. That fits so, so nicely. Okay, so here we are on the passenger side, and you can already see somebody spilled something. Don't know who that was because I've never been on this side. And let's see. Beautiful. And so here is the passenger rear seat. Now just keep in mind, for rear passengers, whenever they're back here, if for some reason you do lose power, you have to pull this little thing up and then pull that yellow strap to be able to release the door. So just make sure you keep that in mind, since technically we are covering that up. Just keep in mind, these do remove very easily in case you ever need to access that. Easily just slip that right in. God, so nice. Such a great, useful product. Really just make sure we keep everything protected. It's actually got a little bit more grip to it. That's the install for all those. All very easy to install, but honestly very useful. I really think all 4 products were great. Definitely let me know if any of those would interest you. We'll go ahead and put the link down below. I got them all off Amazon, so you get that nice prime shipping. As always though, thumbs up if you enjoyed that video. Go and click here to subscribe here for some other ones, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.